Ever wake up with your blood sugar higher than when you went to bed? You didn't eat anything for 10 hours, yet your numbers climbed overnight. This frustrates seniors more than almost anything else about managing diabetes. I'm sharing 5 bedtime snacks that actually lower your morning readings. These aren't just blood sugar friendly, they actively work while you sleep to stop those overnight spikes. One of them helped study participants drop their fasting glucose by over 8% in just 2 weeks. Your liver has a job to do overnight. When it senses low blood sugar during sleep, it releases stored glucose to keep you stable. But here's the problem. Without protein in your system, your liver can overcompensate, dumping too much glucose and causing those frustrating morning spikes. Greek yogurt contains a specific protein called casein that digests much slower than other proteins. This slow release provides a steady stream of amino acids for 6 to 8 hours, telling your liver everything's fine and preventing it from releasing excess glucose while you sleep. The protein content matters significantly. Greek yogurt delivers 15 to 20 grams per serving, nearly double what regular yogurt provides. This amount creates sustained overnight stability without spiking blood sugar on its own. Berries add a second layer of protection. Their polyphenols, the plant compounds that give them color, actually improve how your insulin receptors function. Your cells become more responsive to insulin overnight, processing glucose more efficiently. With a glycemic index between 25 and 40, berries provide gentle glucose without causing spikes. Walnuts complete this combination with omega-3 fatty acids. At 2.5 grams per ounce, walnuts contain more omega-3s than any other nut. These healthy fats reduce the inflammation that worsens insulin resistance, helping your body manage blood sugar more effectively. Greek yogurt also contains probiotic cultures that support gut health and glucose metabolism. Here's exactly how to use this snack correctly. Combine 3/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt with 1/4 cup of mixed berries and 6 to 8 walnut halves, chopped. This provides about 200 calories with the ideal macronutrient balance for overnight stability. Timing matters. Eat this 1 to 2 hours before bed. Your body needs time to begin digesting the protein before you lie down, ensuring that slow casein release works throughout your sleep. For preparation, frozen berries work perfectly. Let them thaw slightly or use fresh if available. Chop the walnuts in advance and store them in a small container for quick assembly. If you have trouble chewing, mash the berries slightly and chop walnuts finely, or use ground walnuts for easier consumption. If you're lactose sensitive, lactose-free Greek yogurt provides the same protein benefits without digestive discomfort. Dairy-free alternatives work too, but check the label to ensure at least 15 grams of protein per serving. What you pair this with matters as much as the snack itself. Avoid adding fruit juice, honey, or granola. These additions spike glucose, undoing the stability you're trying to create. One medication caution. If you take blood thinners, consult your doctor about the omega-3 content in walnuts, as these healthy fats can affect clotting. While yogurt and walnuts work through protein and omega-3s, our next snack uses a completely different approach. It targets a specific mineral deficiency that affects the majority of seniors, one that effectively locks your insulin receptors while you sleep. Without this mineral, your cells can't respond to insulin properly, leaving sugar trapped in your bloodstream all night. Most people think fruit before bed will spike their blood sugar. But here's what the research actually shows. The soluble fiber in apples, specifically a type called pectin, regulates glucose release for 3 to 4 hours after you eat it. That's exactly the window you need for early sleep stability. Apples have a glycemic index of just 36. Anything under 55 is considered low, meaning the sugar enters your bloodstream gradually rather than all at once. The pectin fiber in apple skin creates a gel-like substance in your digestive system that slows carbohydrate absorption, preventing the spikes you're trying to avoid. Nut butter adds the second critical component. With a glycemic index of only 14, it provides minimal glucose impact while delivering healthy fats that further slow digestion. The combination creates what nutritionists call an ideal bedtime macronutrient balance: 15 grams of carbs from the apple, paired with 7 to 9 grams of healthy fats from the nut butter. Research shows that a huge percentage of seniors are missing one specific mineral that acts like a key for your insulin receptors. Without it, your cells stay locked and sugar just sits in your blood all night. You don't need a supplement for this. You just need the right pairing for your evening apple. That mineral is magnesium, and nut butters deliver it in meaningful amounts. Almond butter provides 76 milligrams per ounce. Peanut butter delivers 49 milligrams per tablespoon. This mineral helps your insulin receptors function more effectively overnight, allowing your cells to absorb glucose properly. The polyphenols in apple skin offer an additional benefit. These plant compounds enhance insulin sensitivity, similar to the effect you get from berries. By keeping the skin on, you maximize both the fiber and the insulin-supporting compounds. This combination prevents a problem many seniors face at 2 a.m. Without a small amount of carbohydrate in your system, you risk dangerous overnight hypoglycemia. The apple provides just enough glucose to prevent lows, while the nut butter's fats ensure that glucose releases slowly and steadily. Here's the exact portion that works. Use half a medium apple about the size of a tennis ball with 1 tablespoon of natural nut butter. You can choose almond, peanut, or cashew butter based on preference. This gives you 15 grams of carbs, which research shows is the sweet spot for overnight stability without spikes. Why half an apple instead of a whole one? A full apple would provide too many carbs for the pre-sleep window, potentially causing the spike you're trying to prevent. Half delivers the benefits without excess. Slice your apple in advance and squeeze a bit of lemon juice over the pieces to prevent browning. Store them in a sealed container in the refrigerator for quick access at bedtime. If you have trouble chewing, dice the apple into small pieces or cook it lightly to soften the texture. For denture wearers, peel the apple and spread nut butter on thin slices that are easier to manage. If you have a nut allergy, sunflower seed butter provides a similar magnesium profile and works just as effectively for blood sugar stability. Avoid pairing this snack with cheese, crackers, or additional carbohydrates. These additions increase the calorie count and carb load beyond what's optimal for overnight glucose control. One medication consideration. The vitamin K in apple skin can affect warfarin, a common blood thinner. If you take this medication, check with your doctor. Also verify that your nut butter doesn't interact with any blood thinners you're taking. Both previous snacks work through protein and healthy fats. But what about seniors who need the absolute simplest option with maximum overnight stability and minimal preparation? Of all the proteins you can eat, one digests slower than any other. Casein protein, the dominant protein in cottage cheese, releases amino acids for 7 to 8 hours after you consume it. That's longer than you'll sleep, which means your body receives a steady supply of nutrients throughout the entire night. This slow digestion directly counters the dawn phenomenon that frustrates so many seniors. When your body has a continuous supply of amino acids from casein, your liver doesn't trigger that early morning glucose dump that sends your numbers soaring before breakfast. Cottage cheese delivers 14 grams of protein in just half a cup. That's substantial nutrition with only 5 to 6 grams of carbohydrates, creating an ideal ratio for blood sugar stability. The protein prevents nighttime muscle breakdown, which is important because muscle loss worsens insulin resistance over time. Here's where cottage cheese becomes particularly powerful. The casein protein it contains digests slower than virtually any other protein you can eat. Like the Greek yogurt we discussed earlier, casein forms a physical gel in your stomach. But cottage cheese takes this mechanism even further, creating a barrier that releases amino acids for 7 to 8 hours after you consume it. That's longer than you'll sleep, which means your body receives a continuous supply of nutrients throughout the entire night. This slow-release effect works like a metabolic security system. While most foods are processed within an hour, this gel stays active until the sun comes up, providing a steady stream of amino acids that regulate overnight glucose release and tell your liver everything's stable. Adding cinnamon creates a powerful synergy. This common spice contains compounds that mimic insulin by activating insulin receptors on your cells. Research shows that consuming just half a teaspoon of cinnamon daily can reduce fasting blood sugar by 10 to 29% in people with diabetes. That's a significant improvement from a simple spice addition. The calcium in cottage cheese supports proper insulin function at the cellular level. Your body needs adequate calcium for insulin to work efficiently, and cottage cheese provides this mineral in an easily absorbed form. Probiotic cultures in cottage cheese offer powerful gut health benefits. These beneficial bacteria support your microbiome by promoting the growth of beneficial organisms that help regulate inflammation and glucose metabolism. Emerging research shows that a healthy gut microbiome directly influences insulin sensitivity and glucose control. The probiotics work overnight to support this balance, creating an environment where your body can process blood sugar more efficiently. Here's exactly how to prepare this snack. Use half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese with half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon mixed thoroughly. Let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes before eating to allow the cinnamon flavor to develop fully. This combination provides only 80 to 90 calories total while delivering 14 grams of protein and those 5 to 6 grams of carbs. The macronutrient profile is nearly perfect for overnight blood sugar management. Choose Ceylon cinnamon rather than cassia cinnamon. Ceylon contains lower amounts of coumarin, a compound that can be harmful in large doses. Most grocery stores now label which type they carry, so check the package carefully. If you're lactose sensitive, lactose-free cottage cheese works perfectly and provides the same protein benefits. Dairy-free alternatives are available too, though you'll need to verify they contain comparable protein levels to get the same overnight stability. For texture issues, blend the cottage cheese smooth, or choose small curd varieties that are easier to eat. Some seniors find the texture of cottage cheese challenging, and blending solves this problem while maintaining all the nutritional benefits. You can add 2 to 3 walnut halves if you want extra omega-3 fatty acids without adding excess carbohydrates. This optional addition provides healthy fats that further stabilize blood sugar. Avoid pairing cottage cheese with fruit, honey, or any sweeteners. These additions spike glucose and eliminate the blood sugar benefits you're trying to achieve. One medication caution applies here. If you take diabetes medications, consult your doctor before adding daily cinnamon to your routine. Ceylon cinnamon is generally safe, but it can affect how some medications work. This snack works best for seniors with consistent morning spikes, those who wake hungry at night, or anyone needing maximum overnight stability with minimal preparation effort. But what if you're too tired for any prep at all? Our next option is the zero-carb powerhouse that requires no cooking and keeps your glucose line perfectly flat until morning. If you've ever been too exhausted to prepare anything, this one's your lifesaver. Some nights you're simply too tired for elaborate preparation. You need something that requires zero cooking, minimal effort, and delivers maximum blood sugar stability. Hard-boiled eggs meet all 3 requirements while offering unique benefits for overnight glucose control. A single hard-boiled egg contains 6 grams of complete protein and 0 carbohydrates. That macronutrient profile makes eggs perfectly suited for bedtime. The absence of carbs means there's virtually nothing to raise glucose levels, while the protein provides sustained nutrition throughout the night. Continuous glucose monitor research reveals something remarkable about eggs. Studies show blood glucose barely changes after egg consumption. One recent study demonstrated that eating 2.5 hard-boiled eggs maintained blood sugar within an extremely narrow range with minimal insulin response required. Your glucose line stays flat, exactly what you want overnight. The protein and healthy fats in eggs slow digestion significantly. This prevents your liver from releasing excess glucose during sleep, the mechanism behind those frustrating morning blood sugar spikes many diabetics experience. By providing steady nutrition, eggs tell your liver that everything's stable, preventing that dawn phenomenon glucose dump. Eggs contain choline, a nutrient that directly supports glucose metabolism. Each egg provides 147 milligrams of choline, which helps your liver process glucose efficiently overnight. This nutrient aids your body in handling blood sugar more effectively, potentially improving how cells respond to insulin while you sleep. Studies consistently show that regular egg consumption may improve insulin sensitivity, especially within a low-carbohydrate eating pattern. This improved sensitivity allows your body to use insulin more efficiently, leading to better long-term control and reduced complication risks. The protein in eggs serves another crucial function during sleep, preserving muscle mass. Muscle is a major site where your body stores and uses glucose. Greater muscle mass directly correlates with better glucose control, supporting overall blood sugar management as you age. Cherry tomatoes add lycopene antioxidants without meaningful carbohydrates. 5 to 6 cherry tomatoes provide only 2 grams of carbs while delivering nutrients that support overall health. This minimal carb addition won't affect your overnight stability. Here's your exact portion guidance. Eat 1 to 2 large hard-boiled eggs plus 5 to 6 cherry tomatoes about an hour before bed. This provides 80 to 120 calories total with 6 to 12 grams of protein and only 2 to 3 grams of carbs. Prepare eggs in batches on Sunday evening for the entire week. Boil a dozen eggs at once and store them in your refrigerator for up to 7 days. This batch preparation ensures you always have a blood sugar-friendly option ready even when you're exhausted. If you have trouble chewing, mash the egg with a fork and quarter the tomatoes into smaller pieces. For swallowing concerns, mix eggs with a small amount of water or mash tomatoes into the egg for easier consumption. Contrary to outdated beliefs, current research shows dietary cholesterol in eggs has minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people. Diabetics can safely include 6 to 12 eggs weekly as part of a balanced diet without concern. Alternative pairings work too. Instead of tomatoes, try cucumber slices, celery sticks, or bell pepper strips. These vegetables add crunch and nutrients without adding carbohydrates that could affect overnight stability. Avoid pairing eggs with toast, crackers, or anything that adds carbohydrates. These additions eliminate the zero-carb benefit that makes eggs so effective for overnight blood sugar control. After busy evenings, eggs become a true lifesaver. Their high satiety index prevents midnight hunger that might otherwise prompt less blood sugar-friendly choices. You feel satisfied without the glucose roller coaster, but we've saved the most surprising discovery for last. It's a treat that most doctors tell you to ban completely. Yet a landmark Harvard study proves that when you eat it correctly, it actually protects against diabetes. Most seniors get this completely wrong. That Harvard study I mentioned followed 192,000 adults for over 30 years, examining the relationship between food choices and diabetes risk. The findings surprised even the researchers. Participants who ate just 5 servings of dark chocolate weekly had a 21% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who rarely included it in their diet. Each weekly serving of dark chocolate was associated with a 3% reduced risk, small choices adding up to significant health benefits. The key is in the cocoa content. Dark chocolate with 85% or higher cocoa levels contains powerful compounds called polyphenols that help your body process sugar more effectively. These polyphenols act like a natural sugar shield, potentially offsetting the effects of the small amount of sugar present and helping maintain stable blood sugar levels overnight. Think of polyphenols as enhancing your insulin receptor function. They improve how your cells respond to insulin throughout the night, allowing more efficient glucose processing while you sleep. This mechanism works differently than the protein-based snacks we've covered. Instead of preventing liver glucose release, dark chocolate improves how cells handle the glucose that's already in your bloodstream. The magnesium in dark chocolate provides an additional benefit. This mineral supports overnight insulin sensitivity, helping your body maintain stable glucose levels during those critical sleep hours when you can't monitor or adjust. In contrast, milk chocolate showed no health benefits in the studies and was actually linked to weight gain, a risk factor for worsening diabetes. The high sugar content and low cocoa percentage eliminate any potential advantages, making it a poor choice for blood sugar management. Portion size and timing matter significantly with this snack. The ideal amount is about 1 ounce, 28 grams. roughly 2 to 3 small squares, consumed 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This approach provides the beneficial compounds without excess calories while giving your body time to process the small amount of caffeine naturally present in cocoa. That timing consideration is important. Poor sleep itself can worsen insulin resistance, so you need enough time for the caffeine to clear your system before you lie down. 1 to 2 hours provides that buffer while still allowing the polyphenols to work overnight. When shopping for dark chocolate, look carefully at the label for varieties with minimal added sugar and at least 85% cocoa content. Choose options with the shortest, simplest ingredient list to avoid unnecessary additives that can reduce health benefits. The bitter taste of high-percentage dark chocolate might take some getting used to if you're accustomed to sweeter varieties. Try starting with 70% cocoa and gradually working your way up to 85% or higher. Many people find they actually prefer the rich, complex flavor once they've adapted to it, discovering subtle notes similar to those in fine coffee. For an even more blood sugar-friendly option, pair your dark chocolate with 4 to 5 almonds or walnuts. This addition introduces protein and healthy fats that further slow digestion, creating an even more stable overnight blood sugar response. You now know how to stabilize blood sugar overnight with the right bedtime snack. But here's what catches most seniors off guard. All that overnight stability can be completely undone within 30 minutes of waking up. The problem isn't just what you eat for breakfast. It's 9 specific breakfast choices that spike blood sugar and A1C even when your overnight routine is perfect. These breakfast mistakes are so common that you're likely making at least one of them right now. If you want to protect the progress you just learned about, you need to see which breakfast foods are working against you. The video on screen shows the 9 worst offenders and what they're actually doing to your blood sugar.